Pedro Jimeno will never escape the villain tag for mistreating Chantel Everett by not appreciating her desperate attempts at intimacy. Despite moving on with his life and career, Pedro Jimeno remains branded a villain for his treatment of Chantel Everett during their marriage. Pedro Jimeno and Chantel Everett's marriage fell apart after Jimeno became distant. Focusing on his career, fans accused Jimeno of mistreating and abandoning Everett once he became successful. Despite fan criticism, Pedro continues to promote his real estate career on social media. Reality TV shows might just be for entertainment, but they carry more than meets the eye. While some of them are good for escapism and drama for viewers, they also shed light on the human psyche and the often cruel nature of humanity. And Pedro Jimeno from the family Chantel certainly did more than enough for the audience to see how heartless and cruel some of us can be. Appearing in Season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé, Jimeno married Chantel Everett only to end up divorcing her 6 years later. And no matter what he does, he will never escape the villain tag for leaving her. The family Chantel's Pedro Jimeno and Chantel Everett's broken love story. Pedro Jimeno and Chantel Everett met through a mutual friend and both ended up being incredibly smitten with each other. Jimeno hailed from the Dominican Republic, and his life wasn't easy, to say the least. One thing led to another, and he ended up making it to the United States on a K-1 visa. Presented with several challenges, the duo finally tied the knot in 90 Day Fiancé Season 4. However, while things looked hopeful at the start, they became no less than a nightmare for Everett. Shortly after becoming financially independent as a real estate agent, Jimeno started distancing himself from his loving wife. After mistreating her and rejecting her attempts at intimacy, Jimeno turned out to be the worst nightmare for Everett, who did everything to salvage her marriage as best as she could. Eventually, after facing several issues, they separated in 2022 and finalized their divorce. Fans will never forgive Pedro Jimeno for mistreating Chantel Everett. Ever since Pedro Jimeno started prospering in his career after coming to the U.S., fans started noticing how his treatment of Chantel Everett changed. He accused his wife of being lazy and lacking the ambition he had, and shifted all of his time to focus on his career. After his divorce, the family Chantel star has been using his Instagram to grow his real estate business. However, as is clear from the many comments on his posts, fans don't seem to be buying his funny antics or comedic talent. Many of the fans are still hungover over the fact that Jimeno kicked Everett out of his life the moment he became successful in his career. Coming from a harsh familial condition, some even believe that Jimeno might have used Everett for the green card. Although these are all allegations and fan speculation, there is no denying that fans will not be forgiving Pedro Jimeno for a long time to come.